Shalom, Kahalal, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations unto you brothers out there pushing the truth of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is a quick lesson, GMS to your health, twofold. I'm here on my walk. Alright. Day of Atonement is tonight. So we gotta prepare our mind and spirit. This is just gonna be video with my things on my spirit. So I'm not gonna bring out any scriptures plainly, my quote through my mind. But as we prepare for the Day of Atonement, which is a serious day, this is a very, very serious high holy day. All right. This is a time when you purge yourself. The point of fasting, especially how the Lord commanded us to, with no food or water, because you have different kind of fast. You have your, light food. You might just stick to greens and just water. You might have no food and just drink water. And then you have the ultimate fast, which you can't get more realer, is no water or food for 24 hours. And the Lord is doing that. All right, we're afflicting our souls for the sole purpose of purging our bodies, man. These weak, fleshly bodies. Okay, these bodies are weak and filthy as hell. So as the scripture says, mortify thy members, meaning to cut off. Mortify is where you get to a mortuary, meaning death. All right. And you have to take into account, man, this is a serious time to where you pray to the Lord, man. Fall on your face, cry if you have to, man. You gotta fear the Lord, man. You gotta. It's not a light day, David said he wet his pillows with tears, man. He wet his whole bed with tears. He meditated on the Lord. You have to take it very seriously, this high holy day. Think of everything. Think of the whole year. Think of things to come for you. All right, you don't want to get the judgment, so purge yourself, man. The point of the GMS to your health, I'm trying to find the tree, but for brothers that, hey, in the wilderness you never know, so the Spirit made me bring it out. In the wilderness, you never know what you might need. Here in North America, right, I'm talking about from California to New York, you generally have these trees available to you: the pine tree, the cedar tree, the fir tree, right? Everlast, or I believe it's called the Everlast tree, or Everest. Can't remember it. Starts with an E, but it's all the same things basically. And whenever you look at these trees, when I find one, I'm gonna show you. There's a. If you notice any of those trees, pine, cedar, right, fir tree. If you ever look at it and it's damaged, you'll see a sap running from it. Okay? That sap, that's medicine right there. Okay, pine sap, that is basically one of the best things you can have in the wilderness. Reason being is that it is used to treat wounds amidst other kind of things. But think to yourself, why is that tree secreting that or producing the sap when it's damaged? That sap is antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. If you have any serious wounds, I mean serious wounds, I don't mean a little paper cut. You have certain resins that the Lord provided. For example, in the Amazon forest, right? With the tribe of Asher, they have something called sangre de drago or sangre de grado, depending which land you're from, which translates to dragon's blood, which is what the Spaniards called it because it reminded them of dragon's blood. It looks exactly like blood. It's rich. It's very, very rich in the color red. Okay, this is a resin from a tree that the indigenous, which is the tribe of Asher down there, they use to treat serious wounds. I mean gashes, man. Like, you know, you cut yourself open. Reason being, it's a perfect remedy because along with it disinfecting, right? Because you guys use your rubbing alcohol or hydrogen peroxide. Which hydrogen peroxide is good? That's one of the things that is really good out there, you know. But again, when you mix honey on your wound, it naturally produces hydrogen peroxide. The chemical reaction is hydrogen peroxide, so raw honey again. But you're not gonna find honey too much out here. The dragon's blood, it provides you with disinfection along with sealing of the wound. And what I mean by sealing, I mean completely sealing to the point where you might not even need stitches. Okay, I've bought some, I've used it, and it works amazingly. Back to the pine sap. Okay, the pine tree, the fir tree, cedar, right? They produce the sap to regenerate, to renew, and to basically heal. So if you're in the wilderness, man, all right, like these trees right here, right? I'm not a tree identifier, but you can know certain trees. If you walk up here, now this is summer again, this is August. A lot of them produce it. The best time to gather it, because people do gather for medicine as well, is winter or early spring. Okay, underneath all this, if you you know, animals, climate, and nature, and all these things, that gets damaged, it produces underneath this. I don't want to tear it apart, but underneath, if I would to tear it here, right here, as you see, this is the sap I'm talking about, and you see right here, this is the resin, because it's kind of like rocks, like it's like myrrh almost, right? So you move it and it's sticky. If you have dental problems, I'm talking about emergencies, right, in the wilderness, but even if brothers want to do this by themselves and get it, you chew it, and first you're not going to be able to move your teeth because it's so sticky. It's literally, some people use it as glue. So you walk up, you see these things right here, and you use it, dress a wound, use it for your teeth if you have a toothache or anything like that. It has a lot of vitamin C, ascorbic acid. All right, see, this is dried up sap right here. This is the dried up sap, right? You can extract that right there. There's sap right there, sap up there, all up there. I want to zoom in. You see all that around? That's all things you can gather. Okay, very important. In the wilderness, man, you know, you have a wound, emergency. That's your first aid. You look for a tree like this. Okay, you'll see resin. Any tree that you see resin coming from, mainly, it can be used as bioavailable, biodegradable, meaning your body can break it down completely because it's natural. It's things that your body understands. Okay, all these trees. So you could still get it in the summer, but the best, obviously, to actually gather it if you want to gather it, because you can make a tincture from it. You can make a balm, which is a salve for a chest, right? If you have congestion or anything with your chest, mucus, you make a balm with that, or salve. That's another word for balm. All right. And that was really it. That was just my 2 cents on that. I was just walking through here. I wanted to do this video for a long time, so Yahweh, you know, put that spirit in me. But again, man, Day of Atonement is a very heavy time. You know, if you really don't feel it as a heavy time, that means you gotta pray on it. You know, because you should feel the Spirit should weigh on you. All right, that you feel it. You know that this is a very, very heavy time. So again, the scriptures say in Leviticus, I believe chapter 25 or 23, you know, that you have to afflict your souls, man. You know, afflict your souls. Pray to the Lord, man. You know, fasting ain't nice. If you don't fast regularly, or you just fast for the Day of Atonement, and you know nothing of fasting, it's really rough for you. You know, and you got to take it. You got to eat the whole roll. Part of that roll is the Day of Atonement. You know, certain brothers or a brother I knew, you know, he broke his fast a couple years back, and I didn't find out until recently. You know, he drank. He said it's too hot. Listen, man, this takes faith. This thing takes faith, man. All right, like in Being Flynn, the movie with Robert De Niro, he said, where's your faith? He said, where is your faith? Without faith, you are nothing. You know, Abraham, he was circumcised in his 90s. He's 100 years old, I believe, when he got circumcised. Things like that, old men, they can die from that. But that takes faith, man. That takes faith to do these things. And if you don't got it, you pray for it. As it says in James chapter 1. If you have little faith, pray that the Lord add it unto you, man. You know? Because the ex-head of our camp, he was supposed to get circumcised for years, and he been having the money. It's not even like he didn't have the money because he couldn't get the thing, but he had the money. But he had a blood problem, I believe a wound sealing problem. I'm not sure if he was anemic or something, blood disordered to where his blood cannot clot properly. So he didn't all those years, man. I'm not. You know, like the apostles push, you come in your first year, second year, you learn about it. It says, let every man be persuaded in his own mind, right? But after 6-7 years, man, you know, like having the money to do it, the Lord gets fed up, man. You know, and that's why you got to turn to the Lord, man. Cast your burden upon the Lord. You know, all these things we're holding in and all these grudges and strife and turmoil, cast it upon the Lord, man. Just you know, pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai that he will have mercy upon you, because it tells you in the scriptures that he is ever merciful, man. He's a merciful power. And again, you can't take that to the left and go with too much liberty on that point either. It's a balance with things. You know, but again, this takes faith. So if you have a medical condition, anything, the Lord didn't say in Leviticus, except for this person, he shall not. He knows the totality of everything. You know, he will protect you, man. And really, when you fast, you actually, your body resets itself. Your body starts to heal itself, because it's not burdened with the digestive system, which we're all overloading. We're all overloading our digestive system, because when we eat, we mainly eat dead food with no enzymes. So your body has a harder time breaking that down. And we eat and eat and eat. We never take cleanses, detoxes. So our body's just constantly trying to digest shit, overlapping itself. And then that's where we get our irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, fucking colon cancer. Your colon's backed up. You know? The Lord will protect you, man. You just gotta have the faith. You know, that's why the scriptures always says, remember our forefathers, man. Remember their faith. None who ever put their trust in the Lord perished, man. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. So again, I didn't want to go too long. I hope you brothers are edified. I want to say Ka Halal, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone that I learned the truth from, the great men on the earth, and salutations unto you brothers out there. You know, may you meditate and ponder, you know, upon the Lord, man. The Day of Atonement. Take it seriously. Shalom.